Good evening. It is Wednesday, July 9th, 2025, and coming to you from Lonely Tree Media headquarters in Tacoma, Washington. This is the Best Slam Sports Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. With me is my son, Parker. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker.
I'm telling you, I think Wednesday crowds are the best crowds. I don't know why.
Well, it livens up
Whoa.
what would be an otherwise terrible.
They tried to keep going. They tried to keep going on me. It's
They need
it's
to stop.
as my boss says. He doesn't call it Hump Day. He says it's the belly button of the week.
I don't like that.
Why? I
Well,
mean,
because the hump, or you can call it hilltop day. You can call it anything that implies you
uh-huh.
climb to get to it,
Right.
and then it's easier on the way down.
Uh-huh.
The belly button of the week means it's easy to get to the middle of the week, and then you have to climb out of it.
Yeah, you got to fall in this little hole, and then
climb out of it on Thursday and Friday.
it's all downhill. It's all going down. It's all. I mean, think about it. Monday's the top, the head, and then Friday's the feet. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know what the
I
process
don't
is.
like his analogy.
I love the belly button of the week. I just try not to think of it in the way you're thinking of it.
Yeah.
I don't know where he got it from, but that is hilarious. The belly button.
Oh, according to this, it says in some Spanish-speaking cultures, Wednesday is playfully referred to as the belly button of the week. El ombligo de la semana.
He is Puerto Rican.
There you go.
So there you go. So it makes sense now. All right.
So it's a Hispanic thing.
It's a Hispanic. I had no idea. I thought he was just being funny.
That's silly.
Apparently. Now it makes more sense. I like it.
I know this didn't add clarity to why it's called that. It just said that, oh yeah, these people call it that too.
You don't get to question it because it's Hispanic.
It's strange.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny, so I like it. I use it all the time. All right, we got a few things to talk about. Not a lot. It is that time of year where we're just waiting for the end of August.
Right.
For college football. Everything else, I like baseball. I will even watch WNBA. I watched WNBA the other day. I will watch the soccer that's on. Not all of it. Not all of the soccer.
Sure.
But I watched the Gold Cup. I watched I watched the Club World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to watch the women's Euro that's on right now. Women's
Didn't the women's like Sweden team or Holland team just get dismantled? Like their main team get dismantled by like a group of like U14 boys.
Here's my issue with, and this is going to sound very sexist, so let me just throw it out there. Women's sports in general are hard for me to watch because there's a men's alternative, right? And it's a much better product.
Yeah, you naturally contrast them.
Right.
If you could view it through a single lens, it'd probably be entertaining on its own.
Right.
But it's hard to do when I've watched LeBron dunk 12 times in a game, it's hard for me to get excited about the 50th layup.
And I will say this also. I will say this also. I like watching soccer. I like watching international soccer, and I like watching the English Premier League. Outside of that, if you watch MLS soccer after watching any of that, it looks like high school kids clumping up and running around the field and kicking the ball every dang where. There's no rhyme or reason to it. They look like they have no idea what they're doing compared to the other level. And that's kind of what I see when I see women's sports compared to men's sports. It looks like they don't know what they're doing. And also, the one thing you get in women's sports, women's basketball, is that college basketball is the biggest culprit in this instance. You get blowouts to the tune of, UConn beat Rutgers 120-10, right? And you're like, what just happened?
That's never happened.
I know, but I'm exaggerating a little.
120?
I'm exaggerating a little, but not much.
Basketball college average score. What is the average score? I'm going to guess like 80 something. Right? Like points total?
Oh, I don't think
70,
so.
73.8. No, that's not right. Yeah, I'll figure it out while we work on this. But in my head, I'm thinking like they maybe score 70 points a game. Like even the
Right.
men's college game is
But
like 60 to 70.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the average game. I'm talking about those blowouts. When men have a blowout, they beat somebody by 40 points. When women have a blowout in college basketball, it's 60. It's more. They blow them out like, and it's a team in your conference that you're just beating the snot out of. It's not like a Division II team. There are these kind of blowouts in the NCAA tournament in women's basketball
Yeah.
that are yes, you'll have them in men's basketball. You'll have 30 and 40 point wins by a 16 and a 1. I get it, but the other women's basketball will still have these blowouts even in the second round when you're talking about the top 32 teams.
Right.
They still have these 20, 30, 40 point blowouts. And it's crazy to me how those teams can be so imbalanced, you know?
So the largest ever blowout in women's Division One college basketball history was Grambling State defeated the College of Biblical Studies on January 2nd, 2024. So not that long ago.
Not long ago.
159 to 118.
That's not true.
141 points.
Oh, well, what'd you say it again?
159 to 18.
I thought you said 118.
Oh,
159
no,
to 18.
I think I said to 18, but maybe I said it kind of funny.
See,
and that beat the previous record of Savannah State, who beat Wesleyan 155 to 26.
Also a Bible school.
Yeah. The largest win UConn's ever had over anybody was 69 points. And that was over Arkansas State in this past year's tournament.
In the tournament. That's what I'm saying. A 70-point win in the tournament.
Yeah. They also beat their next they actually hold 3 of the top 4 largest blowouts. UConn 93 to 60 over Louisville.
Are these tournament wins or these?
These are tournament ones.
Oh, gotcha.
3 of the top 4 tournament ones.
And this is Louisville. This is not like a podunk school. This is not the College for Biblical Studies.
2013 national championship game is when that happened. 103 to 72
in the national championship
was also a championship game. 31 points there against Syracuse.
That's ridiculous.
And then South Carolina holds the third one, 108 over Tennessee Tech, 48. 60-point win in 2025. So
UConn's the biggest culprit, but there are other schools that they do it to, and it just.
But I think that's something that's important to note is UConn started doing this, farming women's college basketball talent. There was only really like 3 teams doing it. It was Tennessee, UConn, and insert other team this year, this cycle,
right?
That's doing it. But that was it. It's only recently, last 3 years, 4 years, that you're starting to see like more balance across women's basketball. That being said, I did just mention 3 games that occurred in 2024 and 25, but there's a little more balance across it. It's spreading out. UConn doesn't just get the talent. Tennessee doesn't just get the talent. It's kind of spreading out. I mean, LSU's become a much better team. South Carolina's become a much better team. Stanford is a much better team. Maybe Stanford was that third team that I was thinking of.
Stanford was a big deal.
Now
it's South Carolina. Or Duke.
Watching women's sports, knowing what I've seen, knowing that I've watched OBJ reach behind his hand and catch a ball and score a touchdown, knowing that I've seen that, there is no women's flag football that will ever catch up to it. You know what I mean? Knowing that I've seen, Elgin Cook, one of my favorite dunks of all time, Elgin Cook over BYU, I think it was like 2017 men's basketball tournament, just has this nasty slam where Andy Katz goes on and goes, "That's a man's jam." It was a whole thing, but it was such a vicious dunk. And then that whole year in the women's basketball tournament, there wasn't a single dunk. It gets old.
It does. That's what I'm saying. It's hard, and it happens in all of the sports that way. It's just there's an imbalance. It's less competitive than men's stuff is. It just is. How many women's college softball teams are capable of winning a national title? 5, 6?
It does seem like
maybe
but I mean but let's be real, that's kind of college football too, right? It's Georgia, Ohio State.
It's true.
LSU,
well, it is more,
Alabama.
but it is more now. I don't think you can say what you want about college players going to wherever they want, and it can be more competitive because they can get paid there. That hasn't happened yet. If it's going to happen, I will find out. But it has not happened yet. The same teams are the same teams, and
Well,
they're still the same teams winning, and they're
yes, and it's also only like 4 years old. Like it's
agreed.
also brand new.
I know.
That's kind of the quirk of it. But I have seen more upsets in the last 5 years than I saw probably in the previous 20 before that. It's
Maybe, but
just
it's happening.
more likely to happen now.
It's happening in all those sports, and not just football, because the NCAA
Yeah,
basketball, same way. You've seen a lot more mid-major, as they call them, teams that are,
yeah,
capable of upsetting anybody or beating anybody. I don't know. It's hard. I like competitiveness. I like good. I mean, if you're gonna win and you beat a team by 20 points, I understand that you're better than them. I get it, and I understand that type of game where you just control the game and you win by 20, 25 points, even 30. Okay, but if you come into a game and at halftime you're leading by 40, stop the game. Just stop it. There's no reason to keep playing. It is
yeah.
you just failed to show up and you should go home. Um, and you probably should get a 1 game penalty, and you should never shouldn't be able to play next week either. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where I know comebacks happen and I've seen it, I get it, but it's rare, like in basketball, that a team comes back from being just blown out at halftime. Just
It's rare that teams come back from down 20 in basketball.
20,
Period.
20 is a lot.
Yeah,
20
20's a lot. If
Yeah,
if it's a 20-point game late in the third,
you're not.
it's
You
unlikely.
you
It's
need
happened.
you have to go on a big 3-point binge. You got to start hitting everything, and that doesn't happen when you're behind. You because you start
Yeah.
forcing and you're
You
in
have
a
to
hurry
stop
and
everything
yeah,
and hit everything.
yeah. So
Also, by the way, it was the Switzerland women's national team. They played FC Lucerne's U15 boys team in a friendly match as part of their prep for the Women's Euro 2025, and they lost 7-1. The
huh.
other time that it references was a couple years ago. The women's national team, the U.S. women's national team, lost to FC Dallas U15 boys 5-2.
So
So
for
whenever they play these
so
14-year-old
we've
kids, they just crush them.
so I was just gonna say we've determined that 14, 13-year-old boys are better than your national team, probably.
They slide tackle
Your
harder,
national
is
women.
what I'm guessing.
Well, they have no fear. They got nothing to lose.
It's true.
So
they
they're playing
haven't
from
broken
that.
any serious bones yet.
Yeah, because even if they get hurt, they got time. They're going to heal fast. The 24-year-old, 26-year-old, 28-year-old national team player, if you break something, it might take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get on.
Yep.
Yep, that was good. That was good talk. Let's talk about Christian Horner. And I don't know why my slideshow wants to do what it wants to do, but it's doing what it wants to do. We're just going to let it play. Christian Horner was sacked by Red Bull, the team principal, for 20 years. He oversaw 8 drivers' championships, 6 constructors' championships, and all of Red Bull's 124 Grand Prix victories and 287 podium finishes came under Christian Horner. It is an interesting development, although not fully unexpected. Were you surprised? Were you super surprised? Well, I mean, surprise is one thing. Were you so surprised that you stopped what you were doing and screamed and went, "What just happened?" No.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised, and I think I did an audible "excuse me." Like I think that was what my reaction was.
Okay.
Because it was one of the first things I read when I woke up. I grabbed my phone and I always open the little ESPN tab and like the notifications because it always sends a bunch of them that I don't see. And then that, like the fourth one down was Horner out at Red Bull, or no, Horner is sacked by Red Bull.
Yeah.
And I was like,
sacked.
wait, what? Oh, which by the way,
because it's
all
British.
morning, all the posts were about being sacked, and all I could think of was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Those responsible for doing the sacking have been sacked.
Yeah.
But I was blown away by it. I figured there was a chance they move on from Horner last year after all the scandal.
There was a scandal, but he was found innocent of all that stuff. I mean,
Red Bull found him innocent. Of course they would.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Well, I mean,
there was the FIA did not run an independent investigation into it. The Red Bull did and gave their findings to the FIA.
Okay.
Who quote concurred.
Oh well.
So that's my problem with it. So I thought there was a time they were going to fire him. It was on the heels of a massive scandal with McLaren catching up. But I think they still thought there was a chance they could continue to be top dogs. This year, that's becoming clearly less apparent that's going to be a likely scenario. But I still thought they would wait till after the season if they
Yeah,
even did it.
that
I thought they would lose Max before they lost Horner.
well, that was the surprise to me, is that it didn't happen at the end of the year. It happened in the middle of the year. That was the only surprise. I figured it was going to happen. It was only a matter of time. So the surprise element wasn't really surprise other than timing.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I
Yeah.
thought that Horner would be out at some point. I was surprised that it wasn't
So-
last year or that it wasn't at the end of this year.
Here's my question: Is firing Christian Horner an attempt to keep Max Verstappen?
It depends on if you think that. So I'm hearing two different trains of thought here. I'm hearing one train of thought that says Christian Horner wasn't a great boss and that there was some discomfort amongst him and other staffers and things like that, but that Max adored him despite his frictions with Joss.
Right.
So that's one of the things I'm hearing. The other thing I'm hearing is that Max did not like Christian Horner and was fed up with him in addition to Joss being there, and that this is their last-ditch effort to keep Max. I don't know which is true, but all I know is if you fire Horner and then lose Max,
Yeah. What do you got?
just disband.
What do you got left? Yeah.
Because you just fired the captain of your ship. I'm assuming this is their last-ditch effort to keep Max.
Yeah.
Which means that things were a lot less pleasant than it seemed.
Well, yeah, but okay.
I never got that impression.
All right. Here's my issue. Max has been unhappy with the car since sometime last year, right?
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's
you
two
mean since
different
people started
iterations,
catching up to him,
right?
Yeah.
It's two different iterations of the car, but he's been unhappy with it. This year, you hear him every race, just about at some point, telling us the car's undrivable.
It's
Right?
undrivable.
Which is amazing when you finish, third or fourth or fifth, that the car is undrivable. So there's that. But Christian Horner doesn't really, in all fairness, have anything to do with how that car is set up.
I don't know that to be true because, admittedly, I don't know how much of a hand he has in the process.
He is a manager. What he
I
does is
understand.
manage all of the activities. The race engineers are the ones who have the hand in setting stuff up. They're the ones who actually, Max says, well, it needs to be this, or there's less downforce, it needs more downforce, it needs this, the engineers are the ones making those calls as to how to adjust the car.
Understood.
Christian Horner's not doing that. So you can't blame the car's undrivable, I'm having a bad season, on Christian Horner. You have to blame the firing on personality conflict and what someone wants, whether that's the board of directors or the ownership or Max or Joss, whoever. Somebody wants him gone, and now he's gone.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if you think that the car is going to suddenly turn around and Max is going to be great because Christian Horner is gone, you've lost your rocker. That's not happening.
Right.
He's not going to win next week because Christian Horner's gone. That's not happening. He's going to make a liar out of me. Watch.
Well, it's in 3 weeks, so
Yeah,
you
whatever.
were
Yeah, he's
already
got
lying.
time. He's got time. That's true. He's got time to figure it out. So I don't think that's an issue, but it's just it's interesting to me that he's getting the brunt of he's done nothing but make them what they are, and now they're going to get rid of him because he hasn't done it in the last 2 years. Okay, that seems a bit harsh to me, but if it's about personality conflict and you think this is the only way to save the team, okay, I'm with it, I guess. I just don't like it. It smells bad. It looks bad. For someone who's done what he's done for your team. Anyway, but
someone who's been the villain when he didn't have to
Right.
sometimes
yeah,
for your team.
For your
Somebody
team.
who was a shield for Max when Max was being a little shit. Like
yeah,
Yeah. I don't like the way Christian Horner always carries himself. I think he's kind of a jerk.
yeah.
But you need those guys to lead teams because nice guys,
Don't do well.
Gunther don't do anything.
I
right?
love
It doesn't
Gunther.
matter.
Stop.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
everyone loves
Gunther.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Everyone loves Gunther. Not
Yeah.
everyone loves Christian Horner. And there
Right.
is. Not everyone likes Zach Brown. I see all the comments
Yeah.
online talking about how he's just some asshole American. And there he is getting it done. So
Yeah,
I will say this though. This opens a very interesting door for Christian Horner.
yeah,
He's gonna have teams courting him.
yeah. He is. You're not wrong.
If you're Christian Horner,
Yeah.
where are you? Let's assume McLaren's off the books, Red Bull's off the books. I'm even willing to say, you know, I'll leave everything else. where would you want to go?
If I was
If you're
him,
Christian Horner, yeah, if you're Christian Horner and you want to jump right back into F1 next season, where do you want to go?
so there's two options, but one of them's crappy. It'd be easier to get into, and that and that would be Aston Martin.
Yeah,
It would
that's
be
what I'm thinking.
it would be easier to get into that job, I think. I don't know that for sure, but I think if
But
you
then you got to deal with Daddy Stroll.
that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you're set up for success there. The other option, and the rumor that's out there is swirling, is that he might become Ferrari's new.
Yeah, that kind of sucks because I like Fred.
Yeah, Fred's good, but I mean, Ferrari's not exactly beating the doors down here with their team at the moment, right?
Or should he take a beat and go Cadillac?
If Cadillac is willing to have him and hasn't already set up their team, you think they'd make room for him?
They might have behind closed doors, but they haven't publicly announced any team principals or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, if I was Cadillac and I'm trying to make a splash, right, my first season in F1, why wouldn't you hire the winningest team principal in Formula One history?
Here's the reason the only reason that I can think of is that, again, we're talking about personalities. And if you've set up your Cadillac team, or you think you've set up your Cadillac team, to include Danny Ricciardo.
Yeah, who today said he's done with F1. Whether or not that's true,
right.
But he said it.
there may be some history and bad feelings between Horner and Ricciardo. And I'm just saying that. But, I mean, I don't know if there would be between Bottas, if you're talking about Valtteri. I'm pretty certain Valtteri Bottas is one of the drivers on that team, right? For Cadillac.
It seems like
you're also
hinting a lot at it.
You're also going to have Sauber, not Sauber anymore. They're going to be Audi, right? I don't know how much will change in terms of ownership, in terms of leadership or whatnot, but there's another chance right there. I mean,
who is Kick Sauber's team principal? I feel like I know this.
Yeah.
Jonathan Wheatley.
Yeah, I've seen him on TV. I just don't remember him.
Also, going to Aston Martin. And this is another thing I just thought about. Adrian Newey left Red Bull last year.
Yep.
On May 1st, he announced he was leaving Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
When did Red Bull start having their issues? Like competitive issues were all kind of around that time, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little before, but definitely after, because the back half of the season was a damn battle.
So you're saying one of two things right here. You're saying either Adrian Newey was the reason they were good, or you're saying Adrian Newey sabotaged Red Bull as he left. And I'm not sure which one I'm hearing. I like the second one.
The first one.
I like the second one better.
Adrian Newey is at Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's true.
And this could reunite Christian Horner and Newey.
Yeah. They were a pretty good team for how many years?
Good team. Won a handful of titles and all that.
I'm just saying. It's interesting. It brings up a lot of interesting options and things that could happen. What if he leaves and takes Max with him?
Well, yeah, if everyone's making this about like, oh, Max doesn't like Horner, or Joss and Max don't like Horner, and the reality is that they loved him, you might have just signed that Max is leaving.
It is, yeah. Max might. What would keep Max from going, oh, well, Christian's going to sign he's going to be Aston Martin's guy next year, and I could replace Fernando Alonso at Aston Martin, even if Daddy Stroll's going to keep his son there. Who
you gotta replace if I'm Lawrence Stroll and I have a chance to take on Max Verstappen, but it means I have to give up, baby boy, he gone.
I would think if I was Max Verstappen, I would say yes, I would sign if you get rid of Lance Stroll as well.
I want Lance's seat. I don't want Fernando's seat, or
I want to take
both.
Right. Correct.
And then let me choose who comes with it.
Fernando's not far from just retiring, so I mean, I don't know when he's decided. But I think Fernando, as a seasoned veteran, would be a great number 2 driver to Max. If you can get the cars moving. I don't know how good the Aston Martin is. We don't know because we haven't seen anybody that can drive it very good. Fernando Alonso did it 2 years ago
for a quarter of a season.
Right. But
he ran that thing really well. And
well, I mean, he's also 40 something, right?
Well, they're currently 8th on the season. They have 36 points, so it's not great.
Eight. They're behind who are they behind? Sauber? Tell me they're not behind Sauber.
They are behind Sauber.
Yeah, see?
Sauber has 41. Racing Bulls has 30. Oh, technically they're tied for 7th.
Well,
Racing Bulls has 36.
Sauber has 41 because they just got 12.
From Hulkenberg. That's right. Nico Hulkenberg.
Let's talk about, are we done with Christian Horner? Can we move?
I think.
Do you want to talk more? What else have we got to say? What else?
I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm wanting to see what happens with Max during the summer break.
It's going to be ongoing. There's going to be more ongoing. Yeah. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about the Formula One race that just happened at Silverstone last weekend, the Lego race, as we're going to call it. Rain dominated everything at Silverstone, qualifying, the race itself, everything. It rained quite a bit, and it was enough to be a huge factor. Without giving too much away, because I don't want to give too. I mean, so we had qualifying, right? And in qualifying, Max Verstappen qualifies first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I did not expect, right? Not by much. It was like a tenth of a second. Oscar Piastri from McLaren second, Lando Norris third, right? They're all bunched very, very closely, and that includes George Russell in fourth and Lewis Hamilton in fifth. These guys are no more than, Leclerc down through Leclerc, the top six were 2.23 seconds.
Yeah.
Away from each other, right? So anybody could have been. You're like, okay, well, I don't know who the favorite is.
Every single person within the top 10 was within a second.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? They're right there.
It might have been the tightest qualifying I've ever seen.
Yeah, everybody was right there. And then the race happened. Well, so we had Oscar Piastri leading this race, right, for a significant chunk.
For much of the race.
Until we had a yellow flag and we had some rain and multiple yellow flags in a row, because every time they started racing there for a minute, it was still raining, and somebody had decided, well, slicks are the answer. Or whatever, and there was a collision, or there was a whatever. So we had these yellow flags, and some part of it was just they stopped at I don't like this. They just stopped the race because of the rain, right? And went on yellow flag.
Okay.
Went under a yellow, and let them just drive around what you're doing is saying, okay, well, you're in first place. We're going to give you 6 free laps. I don't like that. Just red flag it and stop it.
Right.
And then let's continue later if the rain is what you're concerned about. I don't like the fact that they shortened the race by X amount of laps just because it was raining. Rain's part of the thing. That's why we have wet tires. They didn't even go to the wet tires. It wasn't raining that hard.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, is it not just dumping on this track? Because they're still on inters and they should probably be on wets right now.
Yeah, and I understand there's got to be a certain amount of water, and they're all saying that, well, inters were the right tire, but everybody's talking. Inters are the weirdest tire. They put them on because it's wet to push away X amount of water, right, and get better traction. But if there's no water, or if there's not enough water, they overheat, right? Oh, my tires overheat.
And they overheat
fast. And so
I think would they say like 12 to 15 laps is an inner length. It's tiny.
And so if there's not enough rain, but it's kind of raining, or in particular instances where it's raining on one part of the track and not another, right? They're driving around looking for water, right? They're actually trying to get their tires into the wet, which means they're coming off the racing line to do it, which means you're losing time. And the Inter's not the fastest tire to begin with. It makes it a weird tire to me. You can't run the slick because even if one corner is bad, you have to slow down so much or be careful because you're going to slide right off the track that the Inter's probably faster, even though it's probably 10 seconds slower than a medium tire.
It's funny because I just looked it up. I said, how much slower is the Inter tire? And it says informally, but in a normal dry lap, 130 is the time. with inders on, it's 140, so 10 seconds per
Yeah.
lap. So yeah, good call on the 10 seconds there.
Yeah, about 10 seconds a medium tire. It might be even less. It'd be more on a if you had a soft tire, and it'd be a little less if you had a hard tire if they're not warmed up.
Yeah, I saw last year there was a race where everyone swapped to inners, and like 2 people didn't. Both of them ended up in dead last place, so it didn't matter. And it was like, how can it be valuable to take the risk of running a hard or a medium when everyone else is still running inners? Just eat the 5 seconds, 10 seconds per lap, whatever it is. Eat it, because it's so much better than the alternative, which is spinning off and losing 20 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
It's just such a tough thing. But they should have been on wets for this one because it was dumping. But in order to go to wets, they have to red flag the race.
Yeah. It was, so what happened was we got this yellow flag out there. Piastri's in first, Verstappen's in second, right? And Oscar, from a previous restart, whatever you want to call it, from the yellow flag, he does this, let me zoom and accelerate, slow down real fast, and then I'm going to weave and heat up my tires, and then I'm going to take off on this corner. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And I saw him do it at least once, and I want to say it was twice, before the incident happened, which we're going to talk about. But the incident. he took off. This was how he slowed the rest of the field down, and then gained his advantage when he wanted to take off. That's how every driver has a way of doing it, right? Max does the same thing, only he picks a spot, and he knows what the corners are, he knows where the right spot is, and just before there's a brief slowdown or a whatever, a woo-woo, they're going back and forth, oh, I'm heating up my tires, and then boom. And you have to guess, as the guy runner-up, you have to guess when he's going to go, which is why I really don't like the rolling restart. I really just wish they would just reset them and just start over from the start.
I don't like the advantage that a rolling restart gives the first place person, and that's even saying this knowing that I like Oscar Piastri, and I like that he had that advantage. Right. I still don't like it. I haven't liked it for years. I think it's a silly thing to have, but they have it, and I think they should just stop the whole race, and like safety car comes hey, you drive them all the way back up to the front, they all reline up, safety car comes all the way to the back, and you go.
Right. And so
same thing as a formation lap.
I don't even remember what lap it was. This is how much I've read about it. I don't even remember what lap it was. But I watched the race, but I don't remember. But they're on lap whatever, and there's a restart. The safety car is going to end, and Piastri's in first, Verstappen's in second. And Oscar does this. When he does this in the rain, it was pretty heavy rain. It was or at least it was the track was wet. When you look at the camera from Max Verstappen's car, you can't see Oscar Piastri, but you know he took off because he's not because of the amount of water that's in front of you, right? You know he's gone, and at that point he's going, okay, I want to keep up with him. I don't want to give him, track room because he's about to start. The safety car is going to end, and he's about to take off. I don't want to so he accelerated, right? And that's when Oscar hit the brakes. Max goes swinging out to the right because he didn't see him until the last minute, supposedly. This is, you can only assume by the information we've been given. And then Oscar did his little thingy do as Max had to slow down. Max went right by him. He had passed him. Maybe not all the way, but pretty damn close.
Which is a penalty.
Which is a penalty, but only if it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. But then Oscar goes right. Once Max is back behind him and he's done his little thing and the safety car has taken off, you're allowed to go once the safety car is off the track, right?
Right.
That you're allowed to just go. Okay, so he goes, right? However, as one of the people behind him, you're not allowed to overtake until we get to the start-finish line.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how close you are. You're not allowed to just go. If he starts 3 turns before the start-finish, you can't pass him, even if you're faster than him. So the best you can do is to stay right up on his butt. Anyway, restart happens, and Max goes spinning out. And that was the end of Max, really. He fell from 2nd to 10th, I think, and then worked his way back up a little bit, but that was rough. And then so Then you have Oscar and Lando, right? As 1-2. And you're wondering, okay, well, then the talk was it legal? Is what he did legal? Did he do something illegal? Is he going to get a penalty now? And that was the whole talk for the next, I don't know how many laps. It took them how many laps to figure this out? 4, 5, 6? I don't know.
Right.
Before
it was actually pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 minutes, 5 minutes. You know, the lap time is what, a minute 30 or a minute whatever it is. So it took them 4 or 5 minutes to figure it out, which is pretty fast, I would admit. But when it looks like 3 laps or 4 laps on a race, it seems like it took a long time.
Right.
But they give Oscar a penalty because of the hard braking, right? Under the yellow and the safety issue, I guess, is what did they call it officially? What was the penalty for?
Infringement.
Safety car infringement.
Safety car infringement.
Yeah, which is a weird way of saying we really don't know what else to classify it under.
But see, I think this is just the issue. This sort of like, I have to stay on him so that way I don't get caught off by 2 seconds and I stay in DRS range.
Right.
This sort of that rule,
right,
the way that's set up, leads to this sort of tomfoolery. The FIA created this situation, or created the potential for this situation to happen based on having a garbage set of rules. Also, I'm watching like the in-car view of Max right now.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, he saw that he slowed down a lot. You can see his lights through most of the rain.
Yeah, but at what point did he realize, and how much slower was he already going when he says, okay, and acknowledged that he's braking, and now I need to slow down?
I'm going to tell you this, he barely moves his steering wheel.
Well,
I think it looks, that outside angle where it's like looking down the track with them coming towards you, it looks like he snaps out from behind him really sharp.
You don't have to move him much.
On this camera, he barely turns his steering wheel.
You don't have to move him much to get those cars to move, though, either. So, but
it's just a tough penalty, though.
It is 10-second penalty for Oscar Piastri, and that enables Lando Norris to be the leader, because we were talking about a restart. He's right behind him, right? He ended up being, I don't know, 2 seconds or something behind him after they restarted, 2 or 3 seconds. But yeah, it was tough for Oscar. If you like Oscar as a driver, I don't know that he did. I don't know that his intent was, okay, let's back up. Every driver's intent on the rolling restart is to gain as much advantage as possible.
Right.
So that's nothing new. Everybody does that. It's how you do it and when you do it that it ended up causing the penalty. I think in this instance it had to do with how much rain, how much visibility is there out there, right? Which it shouldn't necessarily be a factor. If you're a professional driver, you find a way. I mean, move over a little bit, and then there won't be nearly as much spray. You didn't have to be right behind me. But if you're trying to get a tow, then it does. So this was kind of one of those weird feelings of, it was not the best time to slam on the brakes and go down, and you know what I mean? You could have caused a gigantic collision. You could have taken yourself out. If Max didn't move over and he hit him from behind.
Yeah.
Well, you could have.
And then guess what? Lando wins the race
Lando would have been in the race anyway. It's true.
But all I'm saying is that at the end of this, I brought up the point earlier, or when we talked the other day, that Yuki Tsunoda got a 10-second penalty for causing a collision.
Yeah.
This wasn't a collision. It wasn't even a deviation from what he had done on previous safety laps, or even on that same lap a couple corners before. He did a very similar thing a couple corners before. The only difference is that Max didn't bozo it up and almost hit him. It looked a little different. It was visually different. But you're creating this scenario where this is a thing that everyone's trying to do. Everyone's trying to cheat the person behind them out of a start, out of a restart. Stop it. Just make them line up. But then you have Max coming on here saying 10 seconds is extreme. You have all the other drivers saying 10 seconds is extreme.
Yeah.
Everyone's agreeing. It was an incorrect penalty, incorrectly applied. It was just bad.
Yeah.
That's the only way to slice it. It was not a good penalty.
A 5-second penalty may have been enough for Lando to win anyway.
I think it's true. It's true. It would have been a lot closer, but then you would have had Oscar pushing Lando under like a 2-second gap.
Right.
And that's.
But Yeah.
that's a little dangerous.
And maybe, yeah, you might see, and that would have led to more closer racing between your own two cars. And would you have had to
Been
put
more
out
fun.
team orders, or would you have let them keep racing? And what if they collide into
Right.
each other like Canada? What is the deal, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just one of those things where I do not like. This feels like an over insertion of the rules. Like the FIA goes, oh no, we gotta stop that. We have to
So
stop it. And we're going to use this example, not George Russell's last week. We're going to use this example, or not last week, Canada, a couple weeks ago. We're going to use this example as the one we're going to make. And it's like, okay, well, you could have done it any other time, but just get rid of this slow restart crap and all this goes away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just
Yeah.
put them back on the grid.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's exactly like I said. You lead them around, you say safety cars ending, formation lap starting. The safety car leads them back into their spots, and then
They should
gets
have
around the track and comes to the back, and then there you go.
should have just red flagged the race if you didn't like the rain. Red flag it, stop it where it is.
That's a true point. If it's
Yep.
so bad like that, we had like 4 safety cars in like 20 laps.
Right. Just stop the
Just
race.
red flag the race.
Red flag the race. Stop it. Go wait for the rain to finish. Go do a formation lap. Get yourself back in the grid and go.
Yeah, and then go. I
Yeah.
agree. 1000%.
Yeah. Now you're also risking a lot of collisions because you know that the first corner
Restarts
are always like that.
Restarts
So
are a
who knows what
problem.
could have happened there? But I think that's the way it should be done. I'm saying this partly because I like grid starts. You know what I mean? In general,
I do too. It's
Yeah.
fun.
it is fun. It's a good for the
It's a drag race with a little more skill.
to the first corner. Yeah, we gotta set up. You gotta trying to set up your position for the corner. You're trying to set up your opponent. You're trying to block off and make sure he doesn't go by you if he gets a better start than
Yeah.
you. There's all kinds of crap going on there, and we might be 2 or 3 or 4 wide heading into the corner, depending upon how people are started. So, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like there is a high from a first corner that you carry for like the next like 10 laps, and then that's when you get that lap 12, lap 15 blues, where you're just kind of like mindlessly watching the race.
Yeah.
Because the excitement of that part's gone. We haven't gotten to the pit strategies yet. We're just kind of in between. I think usually that's like lap 10 through 22. You're just kind of watching cars go in circles. It might as well be NASCAR. All the accidents have happened, and none of the strategy has happened yet.
So
That's it.
so there's this picture. So the trophies were made of Legos, right?
Do you see that looks like it's bending?
It looks like Lando's trying to put it back together. That's what I was just gonna say. This picture looks like Lando goes, "Oh crap! How do I get this back together?" And maybe he is. But I like the fact that they're a collector's item. This is one of a kind thing, right? Nobody else has one of these. As
long as they
cool.
gave him a regular trophy to go along with it, I am completely okay with it.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't want him to just have a Lego trophy. Give him a regular trophy.
What's a regular trophy though? Because you want an actual
trophies that you give out at this race.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is they're trying to do something different, which I like. Certain places. I
know for a fact they did give him a regular trophy. There's a
good.
video of who's the guy for the winning team who gets up there. You know how they always nominate a person to be on the thing with them?
Yeah.
That guy gets a trophy too.
Yeah, the constructor gets a trophy. Yeah.
And he dropped his.
Well, I mean,
and there's a video of it taken from a fan from above, and it's on the ground. It's in a couple pieces, and it's falling apart. And in the background, it pans. You can see Lando Norris coming downstairs carrying both the real trophy and the Lego one.
I'm hoping they gave him a little instruction booklet that tells him how to put it back together. Right? Because that's the only way.
Even one of those like binders where you store all the pieces in. That's like the little like fishing bait like things.
Yeah, it's the only way this is acceptable. Is if you gave them a little instruction booklet that had the pictures.
They should have just had it build it themselves on the stage.
Oh, that would have been even better, right?
A Lego race.
Lego race. Yeah, I like this. I like this idea.
They have them build their own car, like the ones like you and I have.
Anyway.
That seems like something that would be done on like Thursday before the race.
I like it. I like the Lego trophies. Yes, it's nice if they have a real trophy, but these are pretty neat. It'd be so cool to have one. I like there's a little Lego piece on top. Anyway,
I just find it funny that it's
car on the front.
like we're talking Legos. This guy's got a watch on his wrist that is like
Yeah.
$200,000,
How
and
much?
we're talking about Legos.
How much do you think that trophy's worth? Just that, because there's only one
Uh,
of those gold trophies in the world.
no, okay. So hold on. How much did the trophy cost to make?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
No. I'm gonna get the two parts here.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay.
It was probably pretty darn cheap to make. It was, and maybe they had to paint it. Maybe they had to do
$100.
some special paints. I'll even go as far as say like $200-$300.
$200-$300. One of those.
Maybe because they had a special artist make it or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But now, how much is it worth?
How much is it worth?
They haven't
Right.
recreated them, at least as far as I know anywhere.
Right.
It's probably worth a couple thousand.
Probably more
I don't
than
think
that.
it would be even worth much more.
Ah, come on! I think it's worth more than that. I'll be honest with you. I like the constructors one, the black one, better.
Oh yeah,
than the winning one. Yeah, the black one's cool. But anyway, yeah,
according to this, is an auction house guide by Sotheby's. It says that the trophies are anywhere between 26,000 and 39,500 on average. That's for a regular trophy.
Right. Oh, a regular trophy.
Oh, yeah, regular. That's the average price of the regular trophies handed out throughout the season.
Gotcha.
Some are more, some are less. I want to say that the who gives out the one that's like a ceramic, like a pottery?
I think Hungary.
That one is apparently very.
Yeah, those are so
valuable.
Cool.
Yeah, those ones are pretty dope.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna guess couple. I'll even go as far as say like $10,000 for these Lego trophies, but not that much.
I'd take one of those. I mean,
I will. If they sell them, we'll get one.
Yeah, we're on our first of 2 breaks. I don't understand the breaks.
I don't understand why there's a 3-week break before we take a 4-week break.
Yeah, it seems weird, right? That there's 2 races in the middle, and then there's So the next one's in Belgium at Spa, so it will rain. It always rains in Spa, and then they go to Hungary, which has those cool ceramic. They're not ceramic. Is it ceramic? That's not the term. Porcelain, I think.
Porcelain
is what I'm trying to say.
I said ceramic, but
yeah,
porcelain.
You're right. But yeah, and then they have 3 weeks off before they go to Zandvoort, the Dutch GP. It's weird to me the way they have their breaks. I don't understand the breaks because there's breaks at the beginning too, right? Where they race a couple weeks and have a break, and then you're like, why? Well, how come they were off from April 20th to May 2nd, right? There's a week off there. There's a week, and they're gonna tell you, and I know what they said. Well, we got to travel from Saudi Arabia to Miami. Are you joking about that? Because it does not take 2 weeks for you to get there. That's not in today's day and age. You can get it there tomorrow if you need it.
One of the things I always love is when they do the Miami one, because it comes after like Saudi Arabia.
Right.
You always see posts of like Lando and Daniel Ricciardo and all these guys. They're in Miami like 2 days after the race.
Yeah.
And they're just there. They get a vacation for a week and a half while the cars are slowly shipped or flown over there.
It's just an interesting. After the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, there's 1 week off, and then they go to Miami, and then there's a week off, and they go to Italy, and then there's another race. Then there's Monaco the next week. There's Spain the next week, and then there's a week off, and they go to Canada.
Yep.
And then there's a week off, and they go to Austria. And yet we still have to put in a 2-week break and a 3-week break here in a minute. I'm like, you guys have more time off than school kids. And
America's such a big place.
I guess, whatever.
Gotta travel around it. So also, I looked this up, by the way. It says that the trophies took 210 hours to build each.
I could do it.
And the first place trophy featured over 2,700 bricks, which, by the way, is less bricks than are on the 2022 McLaren Lego F1 car.
Nice.
So, in theory, if you can build that in faster than 210 hours, these people should be hiring you. It says designed in Denmark. Is that where Legos are from?
I think so. Yeah,
really?
I think they're from Denmark. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's where the actual Lego land, like the first one. That's where they are. Yeah, I think that's right.
Oh.
Otherwise, it'd be named something American, but it's not.
Yep, it's Billund, Denmark.
See, there you go.
Learn something every day.
So if you're going to watch the Grand Prix, that'll be on Sunday the 27th in Belgium at 6 a.m. It's on ESPN. Qualifying will be on the 26th. That's on Saturday. The free practices start on Friday the 25th. There you go. That is next week. And what we didn't talk about was the standings, the current standings. And since Lando won and Oscar finished second, it is an 8-point race.
8 points.
8 points
Tight.
is what's separating. We do love the fact that Nico Hulkenberg got his first podium finish in forever. 230 something F1 starts, and he got his first podium finish, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair. He's got 31 points in the last 5 races. So he's on fire.
My favorite part is all the memes that are like, I saw one that was a tractor, like big wheels, like farm tractor on the interstate, and there's a hypercar behind it is trying to pass it. It's just like weaving, and it was like Lewis trying to pass Hulkenberg and Silverstone. And all of these memes are just that Hulkenberg's driving a lawnmower and everyone else has got good cars.
Yeah, I mean,
it was good for him, though.
Good for him.
I thought it was exciting.
It was.
New blood on the podium, and all the people were excited, like all the drivers.
Yeah, they were so excited for him. Your mom was crying.
Cool. Oh gosh, Mom.
Your mom was so emotional because she wanted him to win and wanted him to not win, but to get the podium. She was so excited about that.
Jeez, Ma.
She gets emotional about this stuff. That's how you get women to watch.
It's true.
It's stuff like that.
You hire a handsome Hulk like Nico Hulkenberg. And then you make him an underdog for 15 years, and then that's the long con.
For sure. Oh my gosh, it's funny because we were watching this race, and as we're watching it, I go, the first, we always bet on who's the first one out's gonna be, right? That's just kind of what we do at our house, right?
Oh, Stroll.
And so so it was no doubt that it was Colapinto because he's a crasher, right? I mean, that's what he does. And then he was the first one out. And I went, oh, there goes one rookie. And then the next thing you know, Liam Lawson. Oh, there's another rookie. And then it was Bortoletto. Oh, there's our third rookie. And then it was Hadjar.
Liam Lawson technically
they're technically classifying him as a rookie. I mean, he hasn't raced enough to. But then there was Hadjar. Oh, another rookie. And then Antonelli is the next one up. I'm like, holy moly. All of the rookies, except Ollie Behrman. Ollie Behrman, and I like Ollie B, but I don't know. It was like
what I'm hearing is that we've had 2 races in the rain this year, and in both of them, all of the rookies.
The rookies haven't done that before. They don't know what to do with that rain because they're just all at the back. Yeah, it's true. Anyway,
silly.
Yeah. So if you're gonna get knocked out, you're gonna get knocked out by Kimi Antonelli in the rain.
If the forecast is for rain, you need to qualify ahead of time. Because there is a chance that some rookie is gonna clip you,
take you
or
out.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Because you know what, and I used to say Lance Stroll in that group, and I don't say that anymore. I don't. He doesn't take out anybody. He just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he spins out occasionally, Well, lately he's been involved in a couple incidents, but he wasn't the one who caused them. He just is in a bad spot type of thing.
Pierre Gasly's been close to being involved in a lot of crap lately. He hasn't actually done it, but he's been awful close.
Pierre Crashly's been a problem.
Crashly.
So
anyway,
Pierre
all
Crashly.
Right. If you didn't watch the CONCACAF Gold Cup final, it personified how I see the United States soccer team at this point. U.S. scored early. Chris Richards gets a header off of a set piece, and they go up. Chris Richards is a good player, by the way. They go up 1-0 in the 4th minute. We're 4 minutes in. United States is up 1-0. And then they just decided, well, we don't really need to play any more offense. And they lose 2-1. And you could just see it. You could just see them all of a sudden start to be. Mexico said, "Oh well, we got to score," and they started putting pressure on, and the United States couldn't quite handle it. It was they did a pretty good job for a while, but it just was too much eventually. And Mexico wins their 10th Gold Cup with a 2-1 win over the United States. This is not the United States' best team that they could have put out there. It's close.
Sure.
I only recognized like 2 names. 3 if you count Berhalter, and I only know him because of his dad.
Because of his dad, yeah.
But I mean, Tim Ream, he's been playing for like 100 years, so I knew him going in. And then Tyler Adams, I had recognized from other teams, There was a few guys, but it doesn't look like that kind of a team where you go, oh, these are the big names. Look, there's Landon Donovan. Look, there's, where's Christian Pulisic? Right? There is no Christian Pulisic on this team. But they played pretty well for the most part. Defensively, they played pretty well for most of the Gold Cup. They just didn't have enough against Mexico. And it was right after that first goal they scored where they just decided, Mexico scored in the 27th minute, and they scored in the 77th minute. That was the last one was Edson Alvarez, who had the tie-breaking goal in the 77th minute. After a video review, they originally called him offside, but he wasn't. Anyway,
He wasn't.
He wasn't. So it was an interesting Gold Cup. I don't feel warm and fuzzy about the U.S. men's national team.
No, they're so young.
I don't feel
they're young guys. Like, you're not as comfortable as you were 10 years ago when there was a lot of names that you knew. But this is how you get to know them.
I guess.
This is how it happens.
Well, when they don't qualify for the World Cup, that's how you get to know real fast. I'm hoping that they'll do. I'm hoping that they're going to be, qualifying. But that's going to continue here shortly. But I didn't feel good about it. I just didn't like it. Anyway, did you watch it at all? I mean, you don't have to.
I watched the highlights because I was on a plane.
Oh, that's right. You were traveling.
But we're not going to. You didn't even bring up the handball?
Which handball?
The handball. The controversial handball. There was a handball late in the game, in the box, by Mexico, that was indisputably a handball. That they ruled afterward. They didn't call anything on the field, right? Because there's one ref and he's 70 yards that way.
Yeah.
But they didn't call anything. And then afterward, they reviewed it and said, oh, well, it didn't affect the ball. It's an inadvertent handball. It's not a handball in the sense that you tried to touch it or whatever.
Right.
And if you haven't seen this, he puts his hand. It's rolling past him.
And he put his hand on the ball.
He reaches out, stops it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pushes it a little bit. It's as he's picking his hand up. He kind of pushes it the opposite direction of the way it was going.
Sure.
And then gets up and takes full possession of it.
Yeah. Well,
it is a clear penalty kick.
I agree with you.
Now it doesn't give you the win, but it might give you the time.
To a
there is
point.
no ties in the Gold Cup, is there?
No, they not in a final.
Yeah.
I agree with you to a point. He fell and he intentionally put his hand on the ball. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
But that referee didn't call squat in the second half. I mean, hardly at all.
Soccer referees are the single worst human beings on the planet.
He started out the game calling fouls, and then he decided, maybe there's too many.
Well, once Mexico had an advantage, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There was Mexico outshot the United States 8-3 on goal, just shots on goal. The United States did not get a single corner kick in this game. I don't even know how it's possible. Mexico had 12. So I don't know how you don't get a corner kick in a game. It's just from sheer luck of a ball bouncing off of someone, right? But that's because the United States didn't put any pressure on after the first 4 minutes. There was just nothing happening. So anyway, I don't know. It was sad.
Another thing I didn't know is about this rule. Maybe you can help clarify it. On that handball play, the way it kind of occurs, the guy goes down to a knee and just blocks the player's path. The ball hits the guy who's on his knee and bounces off of him, and then that's when he touches it with his hand. Can you play a space and not actively play the ball? Because he didn't try and slide tackle. He didn't try and kick the ball away. He basically set a screen on the ground. That's allowed?
It's under the guise of, ow, my leg hurts. Or, ow, I did this and I fell to the ground. Right?
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose.
And so now because we all know
soccer is just such a tough sport to watch.
The problem is everything's gray. Everything is gray. And there is no black and white.
Yeah, but that's what makes it beautiful. The most beautiful game is because if it was a black and white, it'd be definably terrible or definably better.
It's true.
It's beautiful because you can't pin it down. But also, can we get a Gold Cup in the U.S.? That's apparently all the rage right now, is people are saying like, what's it called? We didn't have any fans there,
This was
or something like that.
This
There
was
that was.
This was though. This was in the United States.
Well, then what's everyone complaining about?
I don't know.
They were saying there's no fans.
This was in Houston. Well, that's the problem. It's all Mexican fans.
Oh, I'm sorry, Houston. My apologies. Let's go Minnesota.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right?
It wouldn't.
Let's go.
Hold on.
Let's go middle of the country.
You
let's
can
go Ohio.
You can go wherever you want. The Mexican fans will outnumber the United States fans because the United States, as much as they want to cry about it, they don't show up.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why. Literally, I saw like 30 threads on Instagram that were like, there's no fans. Apparently, the U.S. coach said there was no fans.
Yeah, because the United States fans don't come out for this. The Mexican fans will come from Mexico, and they will pay whatever they got to pay, and they will go to this game because that's what soccer's like in a real soccer country. The United States is not a real soccer country. They can pretend as much as they want and try and be competitive, but they do not have the following. They don't have the infrastructure. They don't care about it because there's too many other sports, and it's hard to get players that are talented to start playing soccer at age 3 the way they need to. Because they're not just playing soccer. Oh, well, we're playing baseball. We're playing football. We're playing water polo. We're playing lacrosse. We're playing whatever. And then the kid decides he likes this other thing better. Oh, you mean I can make $400 billion playing football? Why would I play soccer?
It's true. The two most popular sports in the world are soccer and cricket, and those are both in England, and yet it seems like they all play soccer.
Soccer players, if you're on top of the world, you get paid way more than a football player does, than an American football player. But you have to be.
It's also perpetual though at this point.
Yeah.
Why in the F would I go and run around for 2 hours, an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
Why would I go run around sweating my balls off in Belize to play a friendly match when I can go play in Anaheim
in Belize
and make $4 million a year, take 4 at bats and stand in the outfield?
Yeah.
Work on my tan.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you do that?
I get 5 fielding chances, maybe 6.
Maybe
and
6.
4 and 4.
It's a busy day. Yeah, 10.
4, maybe 5 at bats.
Right.
Yeah. So I have 10 or 11 opportunities that last. The fielding chances are less than a minute, right?
Your
30 seconds.
Total game involvement is
minimal.
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
3-hour game, and you're in there for 10 or 15 minutes of actual U time.
Yeah, and you made a lot of money. You made a couple, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands if you're particularly good, or millions if you're really good.
Yeah, baseball's a great sport for earning a lot of money for not doing anything.
Or if you're super big and strong, why wouldn't you play football and for a lot of money and go exert yourself for a small period of time?
3 or 4 years?
Repeatedly, right? You have 3 or 4 years, 5 years of football. You do it for 15 seconds at a time, max, right? And then you get a 30-second rest, and then 15 seconds, and then a 30-second rest. That's how the game is going to, and then you're going to come off the field for 5 to 10 minutes with TV breaks.
Yeah.
Or if you're tall, why don't you go play basketball?
There's a lot of things, but see, there's a lot of things pulling American soccer kids. In Mexico, there's no NBA pulling them.
Yeah, there's no the dreams in Mexico are of playing for NBA teams.
Right. Yeah.
Like if there are dreams of that.
Right. In Mexico, your dream is to play for the Mexican national team. That is what you do, right? Anyway,
that's fair.
In the United States, they just don't do that, and the fans resemble that. For the United States, they just don't show up to these kinds of games. This should have been the kind of game where playing at home, you should have had a 80% American crowd, and we're not buying tickets. We're not going. And then they want to come. Then the other people who do go, or the people who watch it on TV who didn't go, who could have gone, are also complaining about the crowd. Well, sorry, it's kind of how it is.
All I'm saying is the U.S. has gold medals in just about everything. We've won just about every international competition there is to win at the highest level, except the World Cup.
Yeah, we're never going to win the World Cup.
However, neither is Mexico.
We're never going to win the World Cup.
Mexico's never won one either. So as great as it is that they've got a couple gold cups under their belt, they suck at basketball. They suck at football. They don't suck at baseball. They're actually really good at baseball.
As bad as the U.S. is, and as much better a program that Mexico has in soccer, it's the same way if you compare Mexico and Brazil.
Right.
That's a different level. That's a whole nother. The United States is playing MLS soccer. Mexico is playing Mexican League soccer or Bundesliga soccer, and then Brazil is playing English Premier League soccer. It's different.
Yeah. The U.S. is closer to Mexico than Mexico is to Brazil, and
right.
definitely than the U.S. is to Brazil.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know when the United States has another game. Let's look and see if they've got another game. They're playing an international friendly against Korea on September the 6th at 2 p.m.
Why? Why are we doing friendlies?
Because you have to keep in practice. You got to get your team.
Geez,
you got to get your team ready for World Cup qualifying.
All right.
I mean, that's all I can think of.
I hate that they call it friendlies.
Agreed. But it's a friendly.
Sure.
Last time the United States played South Korea, they beat them 2-0 in 2014. That was the last time they played against them.
Nice.
Just FYI. Not that it really matters for anything. All right. Are you where are we at? We're kind of at time. Do you want to talk about the NBA Summer League? Do we want to save it? We'll do it next week.
We'll save that. It'll still be going on, and we'll have a champion, I think, next week.
Yeah, and you're going to answer me this question. Why do we all of a sudden have a Utah League, a California Classic, and then the regular league? And how come not everyone gets their extra 3 games? That's my question.
I remember the California Classic one is made by somebody. Like it is NBA backed, but it's not an NBA official league.
I understand.
But the Summer League and the Utah League, I think, are.
The NBA lets these 8 teams that are competing in the Utah League and the California Classic play extra games that no one else gets to play. Why?
I don't know. Because they want to? Because they choose to?
It should be even.
Why? Should be even.
You have the same amount of training time.
It should be even if you want it to be even.
My point is, every team should have the same amount of preseason games, and you're not doing that. You don't call it preseason. We're calling it Summer League because it's different. But you should not allow one team to say, you can have 5 or 6 more competitive games. That's fine. No, they should all be exactly the same. So they get the exact amount of training and the exact amount of team time, gelling time. Everyone should be the same. I don't like this idea of, the Utah League, we have these 4 teams. And, we're going to have California Classic, even though only 2 of those teams are from California. We're going to have this league. What are we doing? I mean, I don't understand.
I feel like if other guys really wanted to, you'd have another league. It's the same way, like if you get selected to play in the Hall of Fame game. In the NFL, a lot of teams don't want to do it.
Will the NBA allow all of the teams to make their own leagues and have this little three game leagues that they're having?
Maybe.
I don't know. If they start, that's the question, because if you let these 8 teams do it, then you got to let everybody do it, right? I mean, to be fair.
So you don't have to do anything. You run the teams.
I don't understand.
You run the league.
The NBA owns these teams.
It seems like it could be a big deal that you get an extra 3 or 4 games, like whatever it is. But it also might be that it also might be that they invited a bunch of teams. Teams said no, and these were just the teams that were left that said yes.
Could be. It could be that.
I don't know enough about the formation of it to say that they're not affording anybody else the opportunity.
I don't either, except the California Classic is new this year.
It is new this year.
It did not happen last year. So why are these 4 teams the ones that are in it? Because someone some Laker fan set it up. Yeah.
Well, for sure, the Lakers definitely did. The Lakers were the ones who petitioned for the in-season tournament. The Lakers want every sort of trophy they can get that's other than the NBA title.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't.
And also, why is it not all California teams?
Yeah, but that's my point. Well, the Clippers, the Lakers, Sacramento, Clippers, and the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yeah. California Classic. Otherwise,
and then you can have a Mountain Classic, which is Utah, Colorado. I don't know.
There's only a couple.
There's only 2 mountain teams.
We ran out real fast.
I was just thinking of the Utah League, so I was like,
you got to put Portland in there. Portland and Utah.
Portland's got mountains.
And Portland, Utah, Denver, and
Yeah, there's not another one.
Yeah, would have been Seattle.
I think the next closest team to mountains might be Phoenix.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Las Vegas.
If the California teams are out because we
don't have a Las Vegas team.
Yeah, there's no Las Vegas team.
They're gonna have one before long, and that'll
it's definitely not Oklahoma or Texas, and it's
it's got to be Phoenix.
It's got to be Phoenix or Minnesota.
That you see, in Minnesota used to be. I don't know if they still are, but the Minnesota used to be in the Pacific division
Yeah.
for a brief time, and I'm like, there is no way they're Pacific at all. They're literally in the middle of the country. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's no other teams in the middle. The middle is very void, has a big old void of there's nobody there.
Bummer.
Yeah, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting that the Utah League gets these 3 games and the California Classic gets these 3 games, and everybody plays 3 games, and everybody else, the other 22 teams in the league, don't. They don't start playing until Thursday, tomorrow night.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
None of them. Yeah, and you can't. You can say it, but you can't tell me that 22 teams said no, we don't want to play in that. That's not how it worked. It was a select group of teams. Yeah, I know. It was a select group of teams that someone picked out, and maybe somebody backed out of one of them or two. But I doubt that there's a team that is trying to practice with their rookies that said, "No, we don't want to play."
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would be who would do that? No, we don't want to play a game right now. We're not ready. Yeah, roll the ball out there and play. So it seems weird that they allow these teams to play extra, but not everybody's playing extra. I feel like that's an advantage for those teams because they're getting extra gelling time or training time in game situation. That
do you think it has to? No, because the Thunder are in it. I'll say, do you think it has to do with standings? I googled how are teams selected for Utah and Summer League.
Yeah.
Utah and California.
California Classic.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. There's no good thing that's been said.
We weren't going to talk about this, by the way.
Featuring a select number of teams. Weird.
We weren't even going to talk about this.
Nope.
But we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about where it's at next week. Here's my question for you. So college football is coming, and while I haven't looked it up, I'm about to. I haven't looked it up. I feel like we're August 23rd away from college football, right? August 23rd,
which means we're 2 weeks after that, 3 weeks after that away from NFL football.
We are exactly, well, not exactly. We're 6 weeks and a few days away from college football. Idaho State and UNLV, by the way, to be determined. I don't know when exactly they're playing, but Iowa State and Kansas State, right?
Okay.
In a Big 12 game, like in Ireland. That happens that first day. Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston and Western Kentucky, and then Stanford and Hawaii play at 4:30 in Hawaii, which is actually 1:30 or 1:30. Is that right? No, six hours. I mean, it's 6 hours. I mean, it's like an early game. Anyway, and then you got to wait until the following Thursday before you have most everybody plays that next week. So. There's a lot of games coming, but it's going to be exciting. It's coming fast. But anyway, to that end, I was sitting here thinking about college football and the awards that happen in college football.
Okay.
There are a lot of awards.
Yes.
I didn't realize how many there were, but there are a lot of awards. Some of them are named after people, and I have no idea what they're for. And so I was going to ask you a few. And see if you knew what they were for.
Oh, right? Let's do it.
I'm going to ask you a trophy, and you have to tell me who it's awarded to. Okay?
Oh, like the position?
Yeah. What is it awarded for? Who gets to win that? Right?
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am.
I'm going to start you off with a relatively easy one.
Okay.
In terms of everything, the Fred Biletnikoff Award.
Receiver.
Is the most outstanding receiver. That's correct. Okay, so you're 1 for 1.
Who did they give it to last year? Was that Smith, Alabama?
Or was it? You want to know
the Ohio State guy?
You want to know last year's? I have to go look it up. Last year's winner was Travis Hunter.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so that was the relatively easy one. Now all bets are off.
Okay.
So the Ray Guy Award.
Punter.
Is a punter. That's right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
a lot of Aussies have won that.
Last year's winner was Eddie Zaplicki from USC.
USC guy won it?
Apparently, I don't know. They did a lot of punting last year. That's how you know it's a bad year. He did a lot of punting.
If you're winning the Ray Guy Award, that sucks.
That's bad. Okay, all right. The Remington Trophy.
Offensive lineman.
Almost.
Oh. Is it specifically within?
Yes.
Center.
The center. It's voted
That's right.
the top center in college football, and it's been awarded since 1982. I want to say. Anyway, well, this is not the right thing. Anyway, last year's winner.
I knew it was a lineman right away.
Last year's winner was Seth McLaughlin from Ohio State. The year before it was Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon. So that was Oregon's first ever Remington Trophy winner, by the way. All right. All right. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Okay. You're doing great. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know what the Harlan Hill Trophy is for.
Harlan Hill?
Harlan Hill. Harlon. Hill. Named after Harlan Hill.
Oh, jeez.
A little trickier.
This
doesn't ring a bell.
This is not a trophy I've heard of. Is this? Hold on. No. Would this be? No, I don't know.
The Harlan Hill Trophy is awarded to the most valuable player in NCAA Division II.
Oh, come on.
You got to know these.
Get out of here.
Come on. That's important.
If you haven't seen who it was, can you tell me who it was?
I can't tell you who won it last year. I do know because I looked at it.
And the answer is no one could.
Zach Zabrowski. He's won the last 2 years.
Fair enough.
From Central Missouri. I don't know, and I'm looking through the list of previous winners. I don't know that you would. Danny Woodhead.
Okay.
There's a name.
Danny Woodhead, wide receiver. He played for the Chargers and a couple other teams. Yeah.
You might not know any of the rest of them.
Well, he was a running back, I think.
The one I do know that's on here is Johnny Bailey. Johnny Bailey won it in 87, 88, and 89. He was
old JB.
He was a 3-time winner. Went to Texas A&M Kingsville, which is now I can't remember. It's not called that anymore.
It's now just called Texas A&M.
No, it's called something. It's called something else. But anyway, he played against Portland State back in the day, and he was amazing. Portland State played Texas A&M Kingsville a couple of different times back in the. Anyway, long story short, he's a running back from that. He was crazy good. But the rest of these names, I don't know these guys.
Okay.
I'm out.
Who else we got?
I don't know any of them. Trophy wise, all right. Hold on, I gotta get there. Hold on. Whoa! What just happened? Right? What just happened? Why did this do what it just did? Oh, it disappeared. Okay, here we go. All right. How about the John Mackey Award?
John Mackey.
Mm-hmm.
John Mackey.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end.
Oh, come on now.
What is his name?
You're cheating.
Bowers. Bowers was the last one.
Well, he had to win, right?
Wait, was it Bowers? Bowers wasn't in the league.
It was 2 years ago. Bowers won it in 22 and 23.
Last year's winner?
You know who it is. He was the only weapon on this particular team's offense.
Warren.
Tyler Warren. Yeah, Tyler Warren.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I know the Mackey Award because I was pinning to Austin yesterday that Kenyon Sadiq for Oregon is going to be a finalist for that award this year.
He might be.
He's good.
Yeah. Okay.
He has that hurdle against Penn State of all teams.
So let's see. What else can I ask you? I mean, there's so many trophies, and I didn't realize there were this many trophies. Right? How about the William V. Campbell Trophy?
Campbell's
trophy.
running back, right?
Nope.
Oh no, that's what am I thinking of? What was running back? Doak Walker.
Doak Walker is the running back. Yeah.
William V. Campbell. It's not ringing any bells.
Tough one, isn't it?
Campbell.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret.
The Campbell Trophy. Is it a Lyman Trophy also?
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. 2 Ducks have won this.
Have won the Campbell?
Have won the Campbell Trophy. Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tough.
Hey, can you tell me who the? No.
I can. I can. I don't know if it'll help you.
I don't know why I said that. Like what's his name? Hey, can you tell me? Harry Carey. It just kind of came out.
Do you think the moon's made of cheese?
Yeah. Who were the 2 who won it?
I can tell you who won it.
Yeah.
The last winner from Oregon was Bo Nix in 23. Uh-huh. Right? Nice. The other winner was in 2019, Justin Herbert. But I'm also going to tell you that in 22, Jack Campbell, a linebacker from Iowa, won the award. So that's going to throw you off because you're thinking it was a quarterback award. It's not a quarterback award.
Is this like a grades thing, like a top?
You're on you're in the ballpark.
I don't know how exactly to phrase it. Like top student athlete.
I will tell you. Thing. You ready? It is awarded to the top college football player with the best combination of academics, leadership, and on-field performance. Right. It's the academic Heisman, as they call it.
I took some hints, but it's a win.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Jalen Milroe won it last year.
When you said Nixon Herbert, I got farther away from the answer.
Right.
I was thinking like quarterback specific. Yeah. And then you threw out the linebacker, and I'm like, oh, so it could just be anyone?
It could be anyone. Yeah, it could be anyone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good award. That might be the only award that's on this list where Ducks have won it twice. I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty well out unless we want to go deep into Division 2 and Division 3 and all that stuff. But those are the ones where the Doak Walker, right? The Maxwell Award.
Do I know the Maxwell?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know
the Maxwell Award is.
Why am I? Oh, right? it's not a quarterback. It's an MVP. Right?
It's an MVP award, yeah. But it's presented by sportscasters, sports writers, and NCAA head coaches.
The reason why the Maxwell Award always gets me is because it typically runs pretty concurrently
with the
Heisman Trophy.
Right.
And so I just kind of disregard it because there's no big trophy presentation for the Maxwell. Not really. Not like there is the Heisman. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it always throws me off. But
the Heisman voting's limited in terms of who can vote for it.
So there's another MVP or Player of the Year type award.
Well, there's the Davey O'Brien, which is quarterback.
That's quarterback. Yeah,
that's quarterback.
Unitas is also quarterback.
Right.
Outland is lineman. I don't know.
Outland, yep, interior lineman. Yeah, I don't think there's another one that's technically a MVP.
Thorpe is a DB. Lou Graz is a place kicker.
Right, Lou Graz is Czech Bednarik. That's the defensive player of the year. Yeah. So I don't think you have. Go ahead.
What's the one other one I'm looking at? Hold on. I'm gonna look up the awards.
Yeah.
See if we can figure it out.
I don't think there's another one that's just MVP.
Walter Camp.
Oh yeah, the Camp Trophy is.
I said Camp earlier when I was Campbell.
Walter Camp is Coach of the Year.
Wait, I thought the Walter Camp Award was a Player of the Year award. It says here on ESPN, it says Player of the Year.
It's not listed here under these awards. It's listed as Walter Camp Coach of the Year.
The Walter Camp Award is a prestigious American football award presented annually to the nation's most outstanding player. It is given by the Walter Camp Foundation. So apparently there's 3 MVP awards.
Well, they don't even list that on here. I mean, on this list, but they list the Walter Camp Coach of the Year.
Is there a Walter?
Because Signetti, what's his name from Indiana, won it last year.
Oh, interesting.
There may be multiple Walter Camp Foundation awards.
Probably.
Let me look. There's the Walter Camp Coach of the Year, the Walter Camp Man of the Year, the Walter Camp Player of the Year, the Walter Camp Alumni of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's multiple awards that are Walter Camp.
I'd say there's more than a few.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I wanted to throw that out there. And here's your last one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just throwing this out there. The Art Ross Trophy.
Oh, isn't that an NHL award?
It is an NHL. I was trying to trick you up. Nicely done. Do you know what it's for?
Defense.
No.
Oh, it's the other one.
It's it's the other one. Yes.
Nate McKinnon won it last year. Then, right?
The Art Ross Trophy?
Not this past year, but the year before.
Yeah. Do they show it on here? No. The Art Ross Trophy. Nikita Kucherov from Tampa won it the last 2 years,
yeah.
And then Connor McDavid before that.
Oh, so boring.
It's from points. The points leader at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Whoever has the most points.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Connor McDavid's won it 5 times.
Of course he has.
Woo!
Guy still got no titles, but he's getting right up there with
Scores a lot of damn points.
Hall of Famer anyways.
I mean, and when you talk about that, Jaromir Jagr won it 5 times, right?
Did he really?
Wayne Gretzky won it like 100. I'm exaggerating a little, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times Gretzky won it. Mario Lemieux won it when Wayne Gretzky wasn't winning it. He's got 6 of them. And then it starts to even out, and you get a whole bunch of people. But just for an example, Sidney Crosby's won it twice, right? But Connor McDavid's won it 5 times. That's a lot of points. So, yeah, interesting, right? There you go.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought
you didn't. Give me on that one.
I try and trick you up just a little bit. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you held on with that one. I could have picked a better trophy in the NHL too. Also, I could have picked something else that was, the Prince of Wales trophy. You probably would have got.
Probably, but not guaranteed.
The William M. Jennings trophy. That sounds like a college award. Anyway, all right.
Sounds like a country music award.
It might have been too. it was originally given to Johnny Cash, but Connor Hellebuck won it last year. I don't know. Anyway. Oh my God, there was a lot of stuff. When I look at awards and I see them, I go, there are so many damn awards. There's an award for everything. Everything. And it's funny because the NHL has a name for every trophy. The Hart Trophy, the Lady Byng, the Norris Trophy, the Selke Trophy. They have all these names for every trophy. The college football has all these names for all their awards. And then there's the NBA. No. The MVP. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. I mean, they're not named after anybody. Why don't you name them after some people?
It does kind of sound boring.
It does. The NFL does the same thing. I mean, and maybe they do have names, but they're not official and they don't list them that way. But, you need to make a trophy and you need to make it named after someone. I mean, even the, Pete Rozelle, trophy. You got to name it at trophy, and means more. The Stanley Cup, named after Lord Earl Stanley. There's a reason why that's a big deal. If you just call it the NHL Championship Trophy, it wouldn't mean the same thing to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I was reading a list of all these trophies, and they said that the worst designed trophy is the college football playoff trophy. It there's nothing to it. It's just a cylinder with a shape of a football at the front top of it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's not really there's nothing much to that. It's like the baseball one. You've seen the Major League Baseball trophy. It's got all the pennants, big old circle around a baseball, you know what I mean? And it took some thought to it. The NHL, the college football trophy is like, meh. Plus you get that little crystal ball too, right? Crystal football that you can drop. Anyway. All right. Anything you want to talk about?
No, I'm all good.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I think we've hit all the points.
It's past my bedtime. Next week, it really is. Probably is. Next week we'll talk about Summer League. We're gonna talk about NBA basketball and see what's happening in the Summer League. And do you care about the Summer League? That's the question. And does that casual fan, does it add anything to the NBA, your NBA season or experience, the Summer League? The fact that some of it's televised and you can watch teams practicing, for lack of a better term. Anyway, we'll talk about that. We're talking about the upcoming college football season some more. We're going to talk about the upcoming NFL season. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball and the All-Star game, which will have happened by then. We didn't even talk about the All-Star teams, but that's next week. Home Run Derby's on Monday? I don't know. It's about the only thing worth watching.
That's fair.
Well, there's 50 guys from the national. No, I'm lying. There's 32 guys from the American League and 33 from the National League. There's 65 guys who become All-Stars, right?
Man, I thought you were saying in the Home Run Derby.
No.
I was like, what?
No. If everyone's an All-Star, no one's an All-Star. That's
It's true.
that's
That is
kind of the way I look
and,
at it.
and let's be real. If every team has to get an all-star in, it's
Right.
no longer. It's no longer right.
And it,
Colorado, all right, maybe. What's his name? What is it? Goodman. Their all-star selection.
yeah.
He's leading the league in batting percentage for catchers. It's like, all right, maybe that's it.
Super good.
But other than that, like, you shouldn't be voting for anybody. Last year, the White Sox shouldn't have gotten anybody on. Like, and they still get people on.
Colorado was so bad earlier this year that's why no one's really.
They're still really bad.
Well, they're not as
Goodman.
bad.
Hunter Goodman, yeah.
Yeah, they're not as
He's
bad.
batting 281 with 16 home runs.
I just am gonna say it is what it is. Yeah, and they put so many pitchers in these games that they can't all play.
Yeah, you pitch.
I mean,
not even a full inning. You pitch a couple pitches.
oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna see 9 pitchers in 9 innings of major, and one guy's gonna pitch 2 innings or 3 innings, a starter, right? And then it's
Now,
gonna be
hear me out.
reliever.
Would this make baseball better if you had to play 9 different pitchers? You were only allowed one pitcher per inning.
I will tell you this. This has been my particular thought all along, is that everyone should just pitch 1 inning. And you've only got to face 3 or 4 batters. You don't have to face the lineup a second or a third time through the lineup. They can't figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, but also you have no time to get rhythm.
Yeah, you should have rhythm by the time you get out there. That's what warming up in the pen's for.
There's no spots in
Well, yeah, as soon as that guy leaves and goes to the mound, you got an inning. Go.
Some guys take a little bit longer. You know.
I think if you did that, scoring would come down. Scoring
all right.
would come.
I'll counter that with another thing. All right, so you have one inning to pitch.
Uh-huh.
All right. You cannot be pulled though.
You have to
you've
stay.
Given up 10 home runs. Sucks to suck.
I like
Finish it
that
out.
one. I like that one too.
So that would kind of counter that like drop in scoring with just completely fresh arms all the time. With like, if you screw up and it gets in your head, it's about to go really bad for your team.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I like it.
We'll submit these.
I like that idea a lot more than the way it is right now. But anyway, all right, let me go.
All right.
We'll talk about Major League Baseball. So anyway, want to thank everybody for listening. This has been a Brain Rock production, a division of Lonely Tree Media. We'll see you next week.